What's up, guys? Coming to you on Monday, the week before the CrossFit Games open. And that's what we want to talk about today. We want to talk about 6 reasons we've heard for people not wanting to do the Games open and our sort of rebuttals to them. So this isn't some convoluted way to make sure that you do the Games at all costs. It's basically to overcome what we perceive as, just kind of obstacles that really should be obstacles. So we're just going to talk about, what might be some good reasons to do it and all that kind of stuff. So,
it's too hard.
It's too hard.
The workouts for the Open are definitely challenging. They started doing a scale division last year, so pretty much everyone has the opportunity to participate and compete with people in the same division. But even so, just pulling up some workouts from previous Opens, there are obviously challenging ones with muscle ups and chest bar pull-ups and stuff, but there's also plenty of workouts that we're doing here on a regular basis, whether it be lighter power snatches at 55 pounds, deadlifts, push-ups, and box jumps, 7 minutes of burpees. I mean, those are definitely challenging workouts, but they're movements that pretty much everyone in here can do pretty easily. And then those aren't even scaled workouts. So the scaled workouts would take like a chest bar pull and make it like a jumping pull-up or something like that. So there's kind of options for everyone as far as difficulty is concerned. So it's too hard isn't really a reason anymore because they have a scaled division and most of the workouts most people can do anyways.
Yeah, and historically they've usually saved, muscle ups is the primary barrier for most people. They usually save those until the end. So you have to be, pretty good at this stuff to get to that level anyway. So it's too hard. Honestly, if you've been with us for at least 5 or 6 months, there's everything should be pretty obtainable, and then they have the skill division as well. I'm not ready. So in that similar vein, and talking about muscle ups and double unders and overhead squats and chest to bars and all those kinds of things, one of the most important things that we want you guys to consider is that this is that time, this is that a periodized portion, so to speak, where it's like, okay, there's going to be muscle ups or double unders or whatever, so work at it, right? Now is the perfect time to put those things in your pocket so you can start incorporating them into WODs. And what better time to break through that threshold than when the energy's high and everyone's doing stuff and lo and behold, you get your first muscle up, or you string together those first 20 double unders, or whatever it is that's kind of holding you back a little bit.
Or even get your first double under. I mean,
yeah.
The I'm not ready thing in the world of fitness really is not a good thing ever, because then people typically don't ever start. So if you don't feel like, a lot of times if people don't feel like they're ready, it could be, like Eric said, your very first muscle up, your very first double under, and that would be a huge accomplishment in itself, your very first chest to bar, stuff like that. So the energy is always great. You got a lot of people doing the same thing, a lot of people out there supporting you. So it can be a good time for PRs and making personal bests.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 3, I will do it next year. So this is something that we've heard since we started, kick the can on down the road to the whatever. And so my primary rebuttal to that is, well, if you're going to do it next year, won't you want to know how you did this year so that you can look back and see how far you've come? Now, there's taken with a grain of salt. If you just started CrossFit with us today, maybe starting the Games Open next week isn't really practical. Okay, that makes sense. But also, on the other hand, my hat's off to the people. I know that there's some people that have signed up for the Open that have been with us just a few short months, and they go, hey, you know what? I don't really 100% know what this is, and there may be some things I can't do, but hey, I want to be a part of it and see what it's all about and have some fun. That is a completely okay perspective to take. Anything else? I'll do it next year. If you're going to do it next year, do it this year.
Yeah, and the Open may not be around, in a couple of years, so why not give it a shot? It probably will be, but it could not be. So always, I would take advantage of it. It's a fun thing to do. Take advantage of it right now.
Yeah. I'm not competitive, also known as, well, I'm not looking to win the CrossFit Games. Well, okay. That's nobody has accidentally won the CrossFit Games, so I don't think anybody has anything to worry about there. Let's see.
A lot of times it can be a good thing because it can bring some competitive juices out of people in a very fun sense and not in a mean sense or anything like that. So it can, going back to I'm not ready, it can lead to PRs. It can lead to, you're maybe trying to beat your buddy that you see in class all the time, something like that. It can be a good competitiveness that maybe gets brought out of you that maybe isn't normally there in the normal class.
Yeah, and the thing with competitiveness I think is really important is, so when we had there was a rookie rumble throwdown, what was that?
In San Ramon.
In San Ramon, whatever that was, and we had I think 2 or 3 teams going there. And one of the things that was expressed across all the participants was, oh wow, I pushed myself a little bit harder than I normally do. It kind of gives me some perspective as to when I pump the brakes a little bit on my workouts. Those types of things. So let's say on average, if you hit a WOD and you're like, yeah, I gave it a solid 80, 85%, and you truly give a workout 95%, you'll feel that difference, and it'll give you a sort of a better barometer to approach workouts or lifts or things like that in the future. Cool. Anything else there?
No, I think that's good.
Cool. It's too expensive.
It's only $20.
Yeah, that's not really an objection. We just wanted to let everybody know that it only costs $20. So
yeah, it is. I mean, honestly, for CrossFit competitions, or whether if you've grown up or you've been doing triathlons, you do CrossFit competitions, this is the cheapest thing you're going to find as far as if you do want that competitiveness.
Yeah.
$20 is not bad for a 5-week competition to compete with your friends from other gyms at this gym, some other guy who's named Eric Williams, someone you can try and beat. $20 is not bad at all.
Yeah. So. Actually, a little quick side note. So Andrew mentioned the other guy named Eric Williams. When I started this, I did the first CrossFit Games Open in 2011 in a fitness center in Korea. I didn't even have access to hardly anything. Instead of wall balls, I was taking a kettlebell and just kind of throwing it some undetermined amount into the air. That's what I did because I was like, I want to participate.
Who's your judge?
And I didn't have a judge, and I just did things horribly. And if you want to see where I started with this stuff, ask me, and I'll share those videos with you because they're pretty hilarious. But yes, there was a guy named Eric Williams, and I was like, I'm gonna beat that motherfucker, and then I did. I don't remember, but anyway, it was a fun aside. I don't know how it works.
So it can sound a little confusing when people are talking about the games, regionals, and the opens. But basically, it's a 3-step process. The CrossFit Games is the very end portion. To get to the CrossFit Games, you have to make it to CrossFit Regionals first. You qualify for the Games at Regionals, and to make it to Regionals, you have to qualify through the Open. The Open is a worldwide online competition in which they post a workout. We're assuming it's going to be every Thursday night at about 5 p.m.
Yep.
And then we'll get into that as far as doing the workout on Thursday night. But on Thursday night at 5 p.m., they're going to announce the workout. So you get to see it along with hundreds of thousands of other people getting to see it, and you get to do it and compete with other people. You have, I think, like 4 days to do the workout, then you submit your score, you wait a couple days, and the next workout is posted again. So that goes on for 5 weeks. So basically, it's a huge online competition that anyone who has $20 and access to a barbell and a place to do pull-ups can basically compete with other people in the world.
So here's how it works. We'll just do a quick rundown. So they're going to release the workout. I use that loosely at 5 p.m. So there'll be a lot of hype, and they'll talk about stuff, and they'll introduce all the athletes that are going to do it at 5 p.m. So at about 5:30, we are then going to have the monitors up and showing the workout. Okay? At 6, this is going to be on Thursday. Thursday at 6 p.m., whoever is game will do the workouts at 6 p.m. So that class time will be dedicated to doing the open workouts. Regular class at 5, regular whatever we're doing at 7. Thursday at this time frame, we're going to do the Games Open. This is probably, well, maybe when I'll do it, but this will be a time. Next, we've got Saturday. So you want to take them through this as I'm...
So Saturday,
Oops.
Saturday we'll be doing the CrossFit Open workout will be what's programmed for that day. So there won't be any strength or anything like that. Basically, you're going to show up. We'll prep for the movements. We'll talk about the standards and all that, and then we'll do them. And we'll have judges, and it'll be a fun, good time. So we'll do it at 7 a.m. and at 9 a.m. The 9 a.m. will probably be a little bigger, and we have a little bit more time to do it, so we can run into the 10 o'clock hour a little bit. 7 a.m. we'll probably try and blaze through it pretty quickly. But that'll be another option. If you can't make it Thursday, if you're not ready to do it Thursday, Saturday will definitely be a good option, and that's probably will be a pretty big group on Saturdays.
Good.
And then the final one will be set up with a time to meet with one of the coaches to get judged. So if you are doing the open, you're going to need a judge to count your reps and judge your workout and make sure everything's up to standard. So you can email Eric or I, and we can set you up with ourselves or one of the other coaches here to judge you and submit your score.
And all the scores are submitted by 5 p.m. on Monday. So basically the window is from Thursday to Monday. We'll have 3 concrete options to do the workout. And then anytime before Monday at 5 p.m. you could say like, hey, I can't make any of those times. Could you judge me real quick at 2 p.m. on Saturday? And we might be free, we might not, but we'll be as accommodating as possible to help everyone get a score submitted.
And just a couple more things. So the Thursday thing is something new that we're trying. Typically, when the workout's announced, energy is pretty high. You can see like Rich Froning and other CrossFitters do the workout live, and then we'll immediately do it after. Kind of compare yourselves and do the exact same workout they just did. But that doesn't mean you couldn't do it again on Saturday, or if you wanted to set up a time with a coach to do it on your own. So if you did do it Thursday just to get in and get a score in and get the feel of the energy, you're more than welcome to do it again and submit that score. Your best score will be the one that's actually taken.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
Yep. Open starts soon.
Sign up for the Open. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope to see a lot of people participate. Let us know if you have any questions. Boom. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.